They invested their hard-earned money into what they thought were their dream homes, but instead, they found themselves living a nightmare.
Another day in the life of a D.R. Horton homeowner.
Every house in the subdivision has issues.
This is the second time this has happened. Roof leaked again.
I'd say thank you to D.R. Horton for the beautiful water feature. Woo!
Cardboard. That's going to be the outside structure.
The average homeowner has no idea what's behind the walls, and these aren't going to last.
It's not going to be here in 5 years.
Homeowners suing over their houses falling apart.
The industry trade group says Americans have expectations that are just too high.
Good old quality work right here.
D.R. Horton named a top pick at Goldman Sachs.
Warren Buffett's favorite home builder is D.R. Horton.
It's a great company. They've done an unbelievable job.
Bold face lie.
Do not buy a D.R. Horton home.
Run as fast as you can.
This episode is brought to you thanks to the generous support of viewers who've joined my Patreon. If you're able to give a small monthly contribution, that goes a long way in supporting these investigations into scammers and schemers so that we can help expose them and help people avoid financial harm. And on that note, I want to give a very special shout out to my Thirsty Stands, DNAG247, Nick Herman, and Randy Lau. Your support means so much to me, and I can't thank y'all enough. Owning a home has often been called the American dream, and there is no company that sells that dream like the massive home builder D.R. Horton.
What does it take to become America's builder? It takes a special combination of the American spirit, the American way, and the American will to succeed.
Hi, I'm Brandon Rodney Fortin, CEO and founder of B.R. Fortin. Here at B.R. Fortin, we want you to know one thing. We are dedicated to America.
D.R. Horton, America's builder, building the American dream.
D.R. Horton's star-spangled ads play right into the American psyche, teasing them with the holy grail of economic mobility, a brand new home. Here's the script for one of their recent promo videos. It's one of the greatest opportunities we have as Americans. It's a dream that we all share. It's that special place where memories are made. It's that place we call home. And while more people choose us over any other builder in the country, we never forget the most important thing of all, the people and families that choose our family and brands as their place to call home. So continue to live out those dreams, America, and then we'll be here for you every step of the way. D.R. Horton, we are America's builder. D.R. Horton has crowned itself America's builder because if you drive around a growing city in the United States and you see a big housing development being constructed, there's a good chance that D.R. Horton is behind it. Since the company began, it's sold more than 1 million homes, making it the top-selling builder in the country.
Nobody is pumping out volume like D.R. Horton is. It's not even close.
A lot of people say, hey, why do you put so many houses in such a small space? Very simple answer. Community.
It is mass production, and it is incredible how fast they can pop out homes.
But we don't just build homes, we build happiness.
D.R. Horton wins consumers over with impressive model homes that are landscaped in red, white, and blue and that showcase artfully staged interiors and move-in ready finishes.
Big national builders are masters at enticing potential homeowners with a dream house, offering name brand appliances, custom color schemes, designer amenities.
What we don't see in the model home are the bones, the hidden parts of the home.
The average homeowner has no idea what's behind the walls. If it's got a pretty coat of paint on it and granite countertops and stainless steel appliances, they think it's a quality home.
Lower those expectations. I don't want to call it dollar menu, but it kind of is.
D.R. Horton has homes starting from the mid-200s and offers traditional, contemporary, and farmhouse exteriors.
You know, you're looking at $225,000, $250,000 for these houses. That's a lot of money for somebody to invest, and these aren't going to last.
Welcome to your new D.R. Horton home. We thank you for choosing D.R. Horton as your home builder. We take pride in building quality homes and delivering the best service
before and after you move in.
I bought a DR Horton home. It turns out that that's one of the biggest mistakes I ever made. I thought the money I gave is a really good deal for the size house I have, and I'm finding out why now. It's just a pile of crap, really.
My parents ended up purchasing a beautiful home. A couple of months later, the house starts falling apart.
This is our first home. It was supposed to be a dream home, and it's been a huge disappointment.
7 years ago, we bought a DR Horton house. And ever since, we've found problem after problem.
Point out all the houses here where there are issues.
Every house in the subdivision has issues. In this house, every wall has an issue.
Nothing was measured right. Things are crooked.
Our floors are uneven. The walls and the windows are all uneven.
This is low. It drops. I feel like I can just drop down if I push down hard enough.
Our countertops are so crooked that glass and eggs slide off of it.
This wall, completely crooked. Completely.
It's just unbelievable.
We want you to know what you're buying at BR Horton. What you're buying at BR Horton is craftsmanship, quality, heart, and soul. And we believe crooked windows and slanted walls is a thing of beauty.
Customer care and warranty service, it's a big commitment and a big responsibility, one we take seriously.
Your new home is under a limited warranty with DR Horton Homes. From floors and ceilings, doors and windows, and most everything in between.
DR Horton aggressively promotes its warranty protection to convince potential buyers that their investments with the company are safe. It says, move into your new home with peace of mind. We are proud to offer a robust home warranty with each new DR Horton home. The company makes it seem super easy to get any problem with your new home fixed right away, but many of its homeowners say its robust warranty ain't nothing but a sham.
Another day in the life of a DR Horton homeowner where I have now been told by the home warranty company that the thousands of pounds of brick and stone suspended over the main entrance of my house, which my 2 young kids run in and out of several times a day, is not their problem because they have defined it as not structural. Just over a year ago, I started noticing cracking in the mortar. There's also been a split right down the middle of that archway, which is extremely alarming given this is the main entrance to my home. That is 15 feet up, and that ain't light brick. And reported to the warranty company, they did nothing about it.
Warranty requests are sometimes denied due to damage, neglect, or negligence by a homeowner.
And this just didn't make sense to me, that a home only 7 years in age would have this type of problem. So I called the home builder again, who now won't return my calls.
One of the homeowners, Jackie Walker, has marked with blue tape more than 800 nails that she says have popped out of the wall.
So every single one of these is a
nail pop or a seam.
But she says she's had to go to war with DR Horton to get it fixed, and it still is not.
I got to the point where I was calling them probably every other day and cussing at them.
As a customer, it's just a lack of respect.
We just feel left out, and we're frustrated.
If you like being miserable, they are your company.
If you download the BR Horton mobile app on Android devices only, go to the contest page. Every single month, we pick one lucky entry and give them a return call from the warranty line. BR Horton does that for you.
Right away when we bought the home, we started having warranty issues with the house.
We've filed warranty claims over and over and over, and continuously they would come in and try to fix the issue, but it's been nothing but Band-Aids.
This has me hot tonight. This is the second time this has happened, and this is a brand new 400,000 plus home. The builders, every time they come out to say that they're going to fix something, they claim they fix it, and then this is happening.
And they don't even show up at the time they say they will, or sometimes they don't even show up at all.
I had 23 appointments and they missed 17 of those.
Now, as you can clearly see, we take customer care seriously.
When we first moved into this house, within the first month, the roof leaked twice. And now about every year it leaks again, and
things fly off because it was done wrong. There's some plaster all over the floor.
A plumber found a faulty pipe fixture to blame for a $10,000 leak in the kitchen.
It's really crazy. Like, you're paying all this money for a house and you're not able to fully enjoy it yet because you have to keep calling to get people to fix things.
$300 or something thousand for a house. And this is what I got to deal with.
I didn't buy a temporary structure, didn't buy a temporary roof.
And they just plain refuse to do what they're contractually obligated to do.
It's crushing.
Mostly a builder shouldn't be judged by how many complaints they get because that's relative to how big they are. They should be judged on how they handle those complaints.
So that's what we did at a D.R. Horton development in Virginia, where we met a lot of very unhappy homeowners with problems they say D.R. Horton would not fix.
If you feel that you have a basic service need, please submit your request online at drhorton.com. We'll determine if the item is warrantable or simply a unique characteristic of your home.
I'd like to say thank you to D.R. Horton for the beautiful water feature. Woo!
One of the primary causes of serious damage in the home is water.
Your front and backyards are designed to help rainfall flow away from your foundation.
Let's get out in here, show you all the depths of this. Oh my goodness. The amount of water is astounding. Completely flooding my backyard.
Our yard doesn't drain properly. We have standing water everywhere. It just stays there, and it's just huge like a lake.
And now we're over here on the left side of the house. And over here, we get fairly deep. I mean, the ducks love it, but I don't.
Nicole Thompson says she unintentionally bought waterfront property.
My yard is always a marsh.
Next door at Kevin Wood's home,
Look here, see, when I step down,
his yard stays soggy also.
we can go all the way down to there.
And after getting shoulder deep into the yard, Wood says nothing's been done to fix it.
I'm scared it may be a sinkhole.
Another problem we had is the basement. It leaked 3 times within the first month of moving in. They so-called fixed it each time. It still leaks, no matter what.
Worst builder I have ever dealt with. Now after the 3rd attempt, still not fixed.
I tell y'all no lie, it would rain for 5 to 10 minutes and you could not get down that street.
All these houses were constructed on places that were high water ponds. And this thing, the drain was all smashed, so it was filling with water, and we had little frogs living there. Oh, there's stairs too. There's a frog right there.
Anyone with construction knowledge know if this is of great concern? Is my house unstable?
This column's chilling there on nothing.
That can't be right. That just can't. The thing that really got me concerned the first time I got over here was how these 2x4s were installed. I am not a code expert, but my common sense says that cut, probably not the right cut. That scares me a little bit.
Look at this. Oh, wow. Look at this hole. That's what he's talking about. That's what he's meaning. This is literally cardboard. That's going to be the outside structure. There's no wood.
Cardboard? What?
Cardboard. Literally the worst building product in America. It's this cardboard sheathing. This stuff is absolute garbage. I mean, this, believe it or not, is structural sheathing.
If you don't know, sheathing is what goes on the outside of your home after it's framed, and sheathing does 2 jobs. First, it is structural, so it makes your walls strong and it holds your house together. The second thing that sheathing does is it protects your home from the elements. And so, as you can imagine, using cardboard to sheathe your house is a terrible idea.
It is the worst possible wall you can build in America. This is just ridiculous that we're building houses out of this.
Not everybody builds houses with cardboard, though. Traditionally, people have used a much stronger board made of wood, like OSB, or oriented strand board here, which is thick and it does not bend. Unlike this janky cardboard siding that big builders like D.R. Horton are using to cut their construction costs.
And this flimsy sheathing right here can easily fall apart if we have a high wind event.
You imagine if all of your walls did this in an earthquake or in very high winds. Now, to prevent this from happening, we rely on wood structural panels. This panel has an inherent rigidity to it. I can't easily make this panel deform.
Look how easy I can bend that.
I have seen cardboard boxes thicker than this. I mean, what is that going to stop?
Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to rely on flexible cardboard to hold my house up in a hurricane. I mean, just look what happened to these houses that did not have sheathing yet after they got hit with heavy winds.
A national developer is being questioned tonight after winds brought down the framework of a new home being built. The builder is D.R. Horton.
This just shows you how essential it is to have strong sheathing.
I mean, the problem with the sheathing is you barely have to breathe on it wrong to make a hole in this.
There's big tears in it all over the place.
15 or 20 years, you're gonna find all kinds of mold in the back of that sheetrock.
So it's not surprising then that D.R. Horton homeowners have reported water leaking in through their walls, under the windows, and down their doors.
On New Year's Eve, we had water leaking so bad out of the foyer window. It was behind the paint, and it was also coming out from the inside of the light switches.
This is for D.R. Horton. Girl, I have a question. How long does it take to fix a mold problem? So at the beginning of June, my partner and I buy this house, and it's great. We love it. Have an inspector that you guys sent, actually, and they said it was fine, so we moved in. And then I start smelling something in the kitchen. I open the cabinets, and this is, I don't know if you can tell, that's mold. And then we see some in the garage. So they realize that this is coming from behind the cabinets, and they remove the cabinets. And then this is the drywall that was removed from that section. I don't know if you can tell, but just covered. They took this from my ceiling above my front door. So explain. And this was a fun little souvenir too.
If you have a plumbing leak, the first thing to do is turn off the water.
So this is D.R. Horton main water supply to the house. And look how flimsy that is. The thing just came apart like that. And the water just coming out. I had to turn the main water supply off to fix it.
Pipe to an outside faucet protrudes from stucco.
Since buying their new home from D.R. Horton in 2012, the Parra family has had 6 pipe bursts, resulting in damaged walls, ceilings, floors, and furniture.
All the way up this wall and onto the ceiling, there was a good amount of black mold.
Chad Williamson lives in the same neighborhood. He's had 3 pipe bursts in his home since 2014.
Action News Jack's cameras got a look inside showers neighbors claim are plagued by water damage, erosion, and mold. A leak detection company looked at water damage in one of the showers. The company found no shower pan was installed, but D.R. Horton told the same homeowner the issues were related to homeowner maintenance.
The water heater in the garage supplies the entire house with hot water and should be properly maintained.
My water heater was leaking water from the electrical area. I have only been here a year and 8 months.
HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Your system has several important functions. It heats and cools the air inside your home. It also reduces humidity during hot summer months.
Anyone else in the southeast seeing abnormally high humidity in their D.R. Horton homes? Actually, yes. A lawsuit claims D.R. Horton homes can't withstand Louisiana humidity. It's like you're a prisoner in your own home. Plaintiffs in the lawsuit track the humidity levels in their homes, measuring the high 60s and low 70s. And that's a major problem because experts say humidity should not go above 60 or fungus and dust mites can grow. That explains why folks say they found mold spreading on their stuff and throughout their homes built by D.R. Horton.
When Jasmine Miles first saw her shoes like this last year, she didn't know what to think.
One of them was so bad, I sent a picture of it to my mother, and she said, I think that might be mold.
That turned out to be true. Jasmine says the growth got so bad she had to abandon her house.
Even our stainless steel appliances actually started to rust. We knew then for a fact that there was something wrong with the HVAC system. It was actually pumping in moisture into our home.
Every single home that we have been to so far, between 50 and 80, the attics aren't designed properly. You don't see any sunlight right here. It's supposed to be there.
Now here's a look at just some of the damage that these homeowners are reporting. You can see the mold growing uncontrollably in this closet, leaking windows, dangerously close to electrical sockets, and even a child developing asthma after exposure to the harmful conditions. Her doctor connected the asthma to aspergillus. An air quality and mold test revealed an exact match between her disease and the mold growing inside the house.
Because humidity increases condensation and the chance for mold, it's important to maintain airflow through your house.
We have a D.R. Horton home, and it has been a nightmare. Just about every room in the house now has mold. D.R. Horton had some people come out to fix the issues, and that made it worse. The sheetrock that they cut out and replaced is now infested with mold again, and the painters didn't even have time to come in and paint before it started growing back.
D.R. Horton builds these homes too fast, and they don't know how to build them properly.
Embattled developer D.R. Horton vigorously denies its homes can't handle Louisiana humidity.
Now, during the changing seasons, wood floors can actually breathe. The spacing that occurs between the wood pieces is normal and will probably diminish when the weather changes. Make sure to quickly wipe up any moisture from cleaning or spills to prevent staining, cupping, warping, and loosening of the flooring.
D.R. Horton had to replace my flooring because it was installed incorrectly. When they ripped up the old floor, black mold was in the living room, dining room, and main bath. The house was less than 2 years old at the time.
Here is a pretty big issue. When you open the master bathroom door, it slams into the glass shower door.
You slam these doors one time, they're falling right off the hinges. That's a guarantee we can give to you.
First obvious thing you can see is that light fixture is too big. So rather than pulling it down, they went ahead and just left it in there.
So we just bought this house like 3 months ago, and this is drywall. I'm pretty sure this isn't up to code. Look at this. Look at this.
Imagine that you just came home from work, and then you walk into this. My shelves fell off of the freaking walls. Did all the shelves fall?
Yeah.
So I bought a brand new house. This house is just slightly over a year old. I've been doing contract work for, knock on door, 20 years. It looks like a 3-year-old did the mud job. It's horrible. I'd be all over with my employees if they did this kind of work. Screw heads, nail heads are popping out, bad spots, bad seams, just things that I can fix. But when you pay a bunch of money for a brand new house, you shouldn't have to fix that. So I seen it before I bought it. They said, oh, we will come in and fix it. Then after we buy the house, oh, well, you got to wait a year for us to come fix it. So they come in after a year, and they use the wrong mud. They use the finished mud. They put hair dryers on it to dry it, and that'll cause it to crack, that'll cause it to bubble, all kind of issues. So they did it as halfway as they could. Then they sanded it down. Then they repainted it. So I call them back and go, hey, look, this ain't gonna cut it right here. Well, their representative, this dude barely is 20 years old, so apparently he must know more than me. You know, he essentially tried to big boy me and say, oh, well, it's a paint issue. No, it's not. No, it's not. But no, they've actually bold-faced lied. Just straight lied to me before they knew I was a contractor for a living. Then all of a sudden the lies stopped. But I'd feel sorry for some nice couple, business people, say, oh man, beautiful house, pretty house, this, that, and other. And then later, like, holy crap.
The standard pattern was, oh, that's normal. There's nothing wrong with it.
I was told by D.R. Horton that there was a switch in vendors and materials, and my roof looks different for that reason, but that it's okay to look this way. Is this true? No, Kimberly, it ain't true. Nobody's roof should look like this. So D.R. Horror tells me this is aesthetics, but when it rains, the rainwater just pours in there. This is our less than 2-year-old home in northern Illinois. D.R. Horton originally refused to cover the repairs under our warranty, and we had an independent contractor come out who stated he has never seen such widespread poor workmanship in his entire career. House is less than a year old, and the warranty refuses to repair our roof after multiple inspections. There are countless homes throughout our community that are also losing shingles left and right.
One homeowner says neighbors' roofs are caving in.
Navy vet Roger Carmen was one of several homeowners saying the roof on his $360,000 D.R. Horton home was leaking. Every time Roger Carmen looks out the window, he's afraid he'll see rain clouds. His insurance company won't cover the roof issues because they say it was caused by faulty installation. In an email, D.R. Horton pins the blame for the roof leaks and customer service delays on Hurricane Irma, although Carmen says his first roof leak happened before Irma hit.
My psychiatrist has actually had to triple my dose of Xanax just to keep my anxiety level down.
I could go on for days, but pictures are worth 1,000 words. Young kids, well below working age, on the roof? Are these your licensed and insured roofers?
They're building subdivisions, they're throwing them up fast, and like anything else you do really fast, it's not going to be really good.
They're literally throwing these homes together.
I'm going to say they're all junk.
I have so many issues with our new home, but has anyone else found beer bottles in the pipes and also 6-packs of Coronas in their foundation?
One must remember that these building corporations don't build homes. Subcontractors build them.
Come back here and oh wow, that's why my house is built like shit.
And to the gentleman with the nail gun, you missed a couple spots. Well, maybe more than a couple.
Always found one on the job.
Fun items found in our downstairs bathroom wall while fixing the popular leak issue. Empty beer and piss. Stay classy, D.R. Horton. When D.R. Horton builds homes and driveways on your cousin's land, he builds a pig pen right over the driveway.
I am standing right on the property in question. Behind me, you can see that fence. That's the fence that this property owner put in. It runs all the way alongside the property line here and then cuts off that driveway. And just to the right of that fence are those pigs. But we saw several people driving by today, taking pictures, and even some people trying to feed those pigs.
And y'all, we are not even close to done with this hot mess of a home builder because coming up in the next episode, we're going behind the scenes of D.R. Horton to hear from current and former workers who spill the company's savage secrets for brutal efficiency. Plus, I'll show you how this giant builder strategically works to stop homeowners from suing it for defects, and we'll look at why Wall Street practically worships D.R. Horton, even though so many of its customers say it's a scam. So if you want to see all that and more in the next episode of Guzzle, make sure you watch part 2 of this D.R. Horton series, and you can find a link to that next video in the description or on the end screen coming up. And if you want to see more documentaries like this where I expose scammers and schemers, then subscribe so you can slurp up all the tea I'm spilling here on Guzzle about shady moneymakers. All right, y'all, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.